Hey guys, I had promised that I will do a video review about my Xiaomi AirDots. Well, Xiaomi comes down to your way of pronouncing it, but that's how I've always pronounced it. So basically, these are the Xiaomi AirDots, known by. How's it, guys? This will be a tech review about my Xiaomi buds, which are basically buds made by a company known as Xiaomi. They're pretty big and famous in China, and I reckon they're about to take over the global space anytime soon, provided other tech companies slack off. Yeah, so let's get into it. One of the things that I will run us through is just the case and some of the key points that it has about it, and I'll give you the user experience of what it's been running these, and I'll give you the guideline as to whether they're worth the purchase or not. So I hope you like my videos. Just going to be short, it's going to be plain, it's going to be simple for anyone to understand. If you've got any questions, you can lay them up in the comment section. Let's get into it. Cheers, guys. Alright, so the very first thing that you'll notice about this is the micro USB port that's at the back. It's pretty old tech. It hasn't yet transcended into the Type-C that most devices are now using, including the new buds that are on the market. The build quality of this it's simple and it's plastic. It's not anything that I would term as high grade or something that feels luxurious. It's very basic and it's very small. It's so small that it's able to fit in your satchel pocket within your jeans, so you don't have to worry about having a bulk lamp within your pocket. It's also able to fit within your purse. So if you're one of those ladies that would like to have some fancy looking buds, these I would say would be a perfect choice because of the minimalistic design. It's not bulky, it's not chunky. It may look big on camera, but trust me, it's very small. When you flip it open, there is no indicator lights to show the charging capacity per se. The only way that you'll know that the buds inside are charging is when you pull them off the charging dock and you put them back in. You'll notice that those lights come on. Those are the indicator charging lights. The moment they are still glowing red, rest assured they are charging up, and as soon as they are full, they go off automatically. Yeah, so with regards to the case, that's just pretty much it. It's got no indicator lights, but its winning element is that it's very minimalistic and it's very portable, and you don't have to worry about you having a chunky case within your pockets or within your carrying bag, purse, or whatever mechanism it is that you're carrying them in. Right, another prime feature that I love about these is that the moment you pull both buds out, they will constantly blink. Of course, the left one is no longer blinking as opposed to the right one, because the right one is the primary contact point and is looking to pair to whatever device that has to stay connected to it. If it stays in this state without being connected to any device, automatically they will go off. They will stay on like this only for about, I would say, 5 minutes tops. After that, the power saving feature comes on. If they're not connected to any device, they will shut off automatically, which allows you to save additional battery life. And I always recommend, if you're not using them, do not leave them on their own just like that, because I feel it's unnecessary and you stand a high chance of losing them. So as soon as you're done using them, or if you're not going to use them, just throw them back within the case. They charge up, you close up, and you store it away. Yeah, I guess that's one other primary feature that I love, the whole battery saving mechanism, because not all buds on the market have that going on for themselves. Alright, so the next thing that I'll run us through is the performance and basic usage on how it's been running these items. So when you pop open the case, you will notice that the lights are on. That just symbolizes that they are connected, but I think the case is pretty low right now, because ideally they're just supposed to be off like that and they're charging. So the moment you pull them out of the charging case, depending on which device you last connected them to, you will notice that at the top, if you're able to see, that's their indicator. It basically indicates the battery life. If you're using an Android device, you actually be able to see the percentage by figure, but with iOS devices, you only be able to see the battery meter that's there at the top next to the battery of the device itself. So what really happens is the moment you pop them back within the case, they disconnect. And you don't have to worry about constantly turning them off manually. The moment you put them back in the case, they'll automatically disconnect, and the moment you pop them out, they reconnect. So basically, with that mechanism going on, one thing you have to remember is that with these buds, the Xiaomi buds, you can only operate this what is known as the primary and the secondary bud. So what it is if you pull out the right bud, which is this one in my palm right now, is the primary bud which connects to the left bud. So what it is that whatever device you connect them to, the primary point of communication between both buds and your device is the primary bud. If you go into your settings, you notice that it's only written read my airdots right, because this is the primary contact point. So what it is that if you put the right bud back in the case, automatically once it goes off, even if you pull out the left bud out on its own, it will just be blinking white and it will be looking to pair with the other primary bud. So without the right bud, unfortunately you cannot use the left bud on its own without using it with the right. So but you can use the right one on its own, like if you just want to use one bud at a time, you can use the right one on its own. That's fine, that is not a problem, but you cannot use the left one on its own. So with regards to software performance, that's just how it is. And the next thing that I'll look at is the battery life of the Xiaomi buds. So right off the bat, with regards to battery life, I'm able to experience about 3.5 hours of non-stop music. The bass is very heavy. That's one thing I'll admit about these. They do not disappoint considering the price point. The bass is really good. The audio profiling is absolutely brilliant. My key and prime concern with them is that despite them having microphones, both do have microphones, you can take phone calls on them, but my prime concern or complaint is that they do not contain your voice within themselves. And what I mean by that is basically they're able to pick every sound that's within your background. If you're on a phone call and you're in a room which is full of noise, the person on the other side of the call will easily hear whatever it is that is transpiring around you. So if you're the kind who likes telling stories when you ask where you are, do not worry, you'll be caught. You shall be caught. Best believe you'll be caught. Yeah, so that's my main complaint. The sound isolation when it comes to phone calls is not so good, but battery life is really good. You're able to get 3 hours easy with the case. You're able to get approximately four cycle charges, and after that you have to definitely charge the case. So I would say ideally if you're going to be using them back to back, you get to only use them for about 3 days in a row. But for the case to charge from 0 to full capacity, it only takes roughly 1 hour 30. Yeah. All right. Are they worth the $25 price tag? Absolutely. I mean, look at the case. It's small, portable. It's pretty, I guess. And it can fit in almost any bag or pocket that you have going on. The battery life is pretty good. The bass is phenomenal. The audio profiling of music, vocals, it's very good. And also considering the price point that you're able to get a device of this nature, it's definitely a win. It's definitely a win. You don't have to even think about it twice, because I've owned mine for quite a while now, and the drawbacks are very little as opposed to the benefits that I've gotten. I would say I've definitely gotten value for money on these, and I would recommend anyone who's willing to get into the bud space because they're good entry level piece of technology. They're not as expensive as the Jabras or the Sennheisers or any of these others, but at that price point, I guess you're getting a lot of features for the buck. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you liked it, and do subscribe, like, share, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.